Hello and welcome to our program Where God Weeps, a program where we speak about the situation of the suffering and persecuted church around the world. Pakistan is often in the news, and sadly, in some cases, concerning the discrimination of Christians there. Christians number 2.8% of the total population, Catholics only about 1.5%. The great majority of Pakistanis are Muslim. Notwithstanding this minority status of Christians in the country, the Catholic Church plays an extraordinary role, particularly in social and health issues. To tell us more, it's my great privilege to welcome His Excellency Archbishop Sebastian Shaw of Lahore, Pakistan. Your Excellency, thank you for being with us here today in our program.
Thank you.
Your Excellency, I want to know a little bit about the role of the Catholic and the Christian community in Pakistan. As we know, the Christian community is very small in relation to the Muslim community in Pakistan. But at the same time, it's playing an extraordinarily important role, I would say, in society. And I was wondering if you could give us a little bit of a picture just about, first of all, the growth of and the presence of the Catholic faithful in the Catholic Church in Pakistan. How did this come about, and how do you see the growth of the Catholic Church in Pakistan today?
Thank you very much, Mark, and thank you for ACN team. One thing just I want to explain you, that Pakistan came into being on 14th August 1947. Before the creation of Pakistan, the founder of Pakistan, Muhammad Ali Jinnah, he realized and felt that the Muslim in India and also other minorities like Christians, they are treated as a like second class citizen because of the caste system and based also of the social caste system and also of religion. Then he started movement to have a separate country. The Christians heard this movement, they were happy, they said, okay, we will also support. And especially Punjab, where I come from now, it was to be divided. And that time in Punjab, now in Pakistan, Pakistani Punjab now, there were leaders like S.P. Bahadur Singha and Joshuaddin Fazal and Chaudhry Lal Chandu Lal. They were very important Christian leaders that time. Quaid-e-Azam, Muhammad Ali Jinnah, the founder, he himself approached these Christian leaders. He asked them that we need your support. And they agreed to support the founder of Pakistan.
So really,
for the creation of Pakistan.
So Christians were already at the roots of the development of the country of Pakistan. They were founders, if you will, or co-founders in this model of an open or more open society for minorities.
Yeah, yes. And I also think that because Muslims were also minority in India at that time, Christians were also minority.
So they found each other in this way.
They found, though in the mind of Muhammad Ali Jinnah, the founder, was to make a separate state for Muslim. But he also realized that there are other minorities and we need one another also for the creation of Pakistan and also for the future of Pakistan. He was quite liberal type man. So in this way they supported. Even there was a time when the counting was to be done that how many Muslims are in this region. And the Christian leader that time, they said, okay, our Christian establishments should also be counted as a Muslim so that it will show that in this region there are more Muslims. It is recorded, even in a British library also.
So where did the turn occur that Pakistan As we know today, minorities, Christians particularly, have a difficult situation. Where was the turning point in history in Pakistan when this change occurred?
Just unfortunately, the founder of Pakistan, who had a dream, vision, what is called vision for Pakistan, he died after 1 year. He died. Then slowly, the new resolutions were presented, offered, and then I think in 56, objective resolution was passed. In that, then they said Pakistan will be Islamic State. First it was not Islamic State. Then slowly, some laws were introduced. And in 72, when Mr. Zulfikar Ali Bhutto, 71, Bangladesh was separated, and then Bhutto became Prime Minister, and in 72 he nationalized all our schools. And if schools were not nationalized, Pakistan would have been very progressive country, and maybe 80-90% educated people. But anyhow, because of the schools were nationalized, so
what is, just as a quick 80-90% educated, what is the education level today?
Today could be I think 40% educated,
40% educated.
Like that, and the other are.
Okay.
Yeah, yes, like that.
So this idea of Islamic State was introduced in 1972. And then the situation for Christians?
Then the new constitution was also introduced. The constitution before that was made, just want to tell you one thing, at the creation of Pakistan, the first speaker for Punjab Assembly was a Christian, S.P. Bahadur Singha, and his picture is still there. Government now recognized him as a first speaker for Punjab Assembly. His picture is there, and then the first constitution of Pakistan was made by Justice Cornelius. He made.
He was also Christian?
Christian. This, you see?
We would never imagine, hearing of Pakistan's situation and today, that at the roots the Christians were so strong and so prevalent.
Strong, they played very vital role.
Yes.
Then slowly, there's some like bias feeling started.
Certainly.
That why Christians should be there and this and that. But at the same time, many Christians were in army, Pakistan army. They were in judiciary, in all.
So in all levels of society.
All levels of society they were there. In education, when Pakistan came into being, there were hardly government schools, state schools. The majority schools or the prominent schools, high standard school were all with the Catholic Church and also Anglican Church or Presbyterian Church with the Christians. So in this way, we educated many leaders. We prepared many leaders for Pakistan.
And this is still the case today. The Catholic schools are active, I know, and still educating the elite, the academics of Pakistan. But when did the turning point occur? When was Sharia introduced, and when did this start to impact on the Pakistan society?
In 80s, Ziaul Haq, he's a chief martial law.
He was a general, no?
General
in the army.
So General Ziaul Haq, he took over from Bhutto, Zulfikar Ali Bhutto, in 77. Then in 80s, he introduced Islamic laws. And in that Islamic laws, it was also like witnessing law, that in the court, if something happens, then whose witness will be complete? It means that one Muslim man has a full witness, but if, for example, some person is robbing bank, and if I, as a Christian, my witness in the court is half, so then there should be 2 minority people equal to 1 Muslim as a witness.
And a woman? A Christian woman?
Then there will be 4. 4.
Because a woman is considered half of a man again.
Yes.
So 4 witnesses to cover for the testimony of one Muslim man.
Yes. So in this way, Christians then were considered as a second class or half citizen, like that. So anyhow, in this way, then the blasphemy law was introduced. So in this way, country started moving toward
the situation that we know today, where Christians are under great pressure in Pakistan. Now, having spoken about the pressures that we know and all of the difficult situations, notwithstanding this, we know that the church is very active, particularly in social questions. In fact, as a minority, oversized weight in these questions of social assistance in the society. Can you tell us a little bit some examples of where the church is really playing an outsized role in the Pakistani society?
One thing is, again, we have education, many institutions for education all over Pakistan, not only in one city or one province, all over Pakistan. And all our schools, they give quality education with the mission. And mission is that all people should be treated equally. And our institutions, we always say, our institutions are social institutions, education institutions. Education institution has nothing to do with religion. So in our schools, nearly 90% students are Muslim. So every student is treated equally. And the very unique thing is that in our schools, we have a catechism. For catechism classes, Muslim students go for Islamic catechism. We have hired a Muslim person to give catechism to Muslim student because we feel it is our responsibility. We have accepted them, so they should have also their own catechism.
And I think this is a very important...
Christians also have their catechism.
But this is a very important point because parallel, of course, we know that the madrasas, the Islamic Quranic schools, are operating and fueling this rather more fundamentalist mentality, if you will. Whereas in the Catholic schools, the mentality is again this one of the peace and working together of an Islam and a Christianity that should be living side by side.
Yeah, and this is happening in our school also. We always tell our students, and this is the philosophy of education of our school, that the students who are Christian, Muslim, Hindu, Sikh, whoever, school brings uniformity. And school gave them mental training, mental training to work together. And it is really, Mark, I tell you, beautiful environment. You see Christian, Muslim, all students in the class, they compete one another, and they also, in the game, they also, not only education, they compete, but in sports also. And of course, in sports, sometimes they hurt one another.
But that's life.
That is life, no? Then they also learn to forgive one another, and again to be reconciled and work, move together.
Can you say that you can see the fruits of the Catholic school system in the society later on?
Mm-hmm.
How?
Like many leaders, like our Prime Minister, the former Prime Minister, Nawaz Sharif, also from our school. Benazir Bhutto was also from our school. Even now the national, the Speaker of National Assembly, Ayaz Sadiq, also from our school. So, so in this way.
And you see the mentality of the people is more open.
More open. And whenever, if there is any, for example, Christmas program, if we invite, they come. And they also invite me also to others in the presidency, Islamabad, for Christmas cake cutting party. I will go again now. Yes. So this is, I mean, it's good. It's like, good, like, sometime, events to come together. And even when we have, like, when there are Islamic feasts, 2 major feast celebrations, then through our interreligious dialogue also, we also invite imams and Islamic scholars, and we celebrate.
Your Excellency, another area of, let's say, this extraordinary work of the Catholic Church is in hospitals, in the work of medicine. I know that this is also a subject close to your heart. Can you tell us what is the role and the activity of the Catholic Church in hospitals, medical care?
It's a very, very good point that in our hospitals, though they call it like a Christian hospitals, but it is not for Christian, it is for everybody. Like I give you example of Bethania Hospital in Sialkot. This is a Catholic hospital and it is well known for TB curement or treatment, TB treatment. And in Punjab, everybody knows the best hospital, TB treatment hospital is Bethania Hospital. And government also recognizes it, and government also provides some medicine because government knows that this hospital is a very good hospital, though it is in Sialkot in Punjab, but people from other provinces also come there because they know, and our teams, medical team is very much mission oriented.
What does that mean?
It means, for example, for the TB treatment, tuberculosis treatment, there should not be gap in medicine. No, there is should not be. Otherwise, the case will be destroyed, and also then you have to start again. So our team, they have a record, and for example, if the person was to come today to get his medicine, and he does not come, then our team will phone him today, and if he cannot come or his family member cannot come, our member will go to their house, give the medicine. So in this way, we take little pain, but it is part of the mission to make society healthy society, better society.
Is there a recognition of the fact that it's a Christian witness also going on? That is, do the Muslims, when you are taking care of them also in their physical needs, is there also some understanding that this is done out of a Christian love for the neighbor, and we are called as Christians to do this out of our responsibility to God?
Yeah. I just want to add here, you know, Dr. Ruth Fau, Sister Dr. Ruth Fau, she was a German, and in 60s, when she visited Pakistan, she read that in Pakistan, in subcontinent, leprosy is growing and there are many lepers, and people hate them, and nobody is there to treat them, or people are afraid to treat them because they feel it is contagious, infectious or contagious. No? Anyhow, young lady, sister, 30 years ago maybe, 30 years old, she came to Pakistan from Germany. Then whole life she stayed in Pakistan, and she in 1998 in subcontinent, Pakistan was the first country declared a leprosy controlled country, and it is the efforts of one Christian sister, Dr. Ruth Fau.
Amazing.
Minority.
Amazing what one person can do, no?
Yeah, one person even can change the whole scenario. And we are very grateful that the government gave her state funeral. It was state funeral, and also one hospital is named after Ruth Fau. And I was in Islamabad and in some hospital, government hospital, and I think the medical superintendent told me, the doctor told me, that they are going to introduce one medicine in the name of Dr. Ruth Fau medicine, especially for the skin diseases.
So there is
a recognition.
A recognition.
There is recognition. Very unique. Very unique.
I want to move to one last area, and that is the area of the family. Because the area of the family, the Holy Father has had now 2 synods on the question of the family. And again, you have been very active and very involved in this on the level of Pakistan. Can you tell us how are you concretely trying to support the question of the family in Pakistan?
After this synod, we I was also now chairman for Family Life Commission from Bishop Conference in Pakistan. So we decided that now we will work more for promotion of family, for the intact of the family, and for pro-life. We really worked. We had many programs in even small villages. We have a very good team, and we talk about, for example, the first our point is to call husband and wife, and we give them like education on marriage as a sacrament. Then husband and wife as a responsible couple, also then responsible parent. We also give them some talks on theology of body, so they must respect one another, and also they should see their economic condition or condition, so they make progress, but also see their budget, budget. So in this way, family life in Pakistan is growing, and also we gave like pre-marriage program to many young people, and many young people when they come for pro-marriage, sometimes their parents also come because it is open, and they pray that Lord, you gave us also children. That I am very happy that these young people, when they come, though they are very busy nowadays, both parents are working parents, but in Pakistan still it is a joint system. So anyhow they ask also so in this way they receive children as a gift from God. So I feel in this way a Family Life Commission is doing a wonderful job, and also I feel in this time of difficulties we have to tell our people, especially married people, God is the provider. God is the provider. Trust in God. He will provide you all things. You have to work for the family also.
When we were speaking earlier, you mentioned that there was a couple that came to you in church. You were giving a talk, and afterwards a couple came to you. I like the story very much.
Oh,
can you maybe tell us this just a little story?
It's a very interesting story. I am also very much impressed by that couple. What happened last year was a year of mercy. And at the close of a year of mercy, I mean, we divided different Sundays on year of mercy and also family. And there was one special Sunday in Cathedral. It was all about family. Family, husband and wife as a responsible and loving couple, responsible, loving couple. And in that Mass, I shared that husband should also be proud that he is a good man, holy man. That is why God gave him a good partner, his wife. And also wife should also be very proud and happy that God gave her a good husband. And I said there are always deficiencies in each person. So when both of them, when they meet, then they make one home. And that deficiency, they help one another, and then they become one. Then they become one, as it is said. Then they will be one. And I said, for example, now it's a year of mercy, also family life we are talking. So if any couple here, if you have any problem with one another, so today is the time to receive blessing from God in this cathedral. This cathedral is a cathedral of a Sacred Heart of Jesus. Jesus will give you courage, open your heart to accept other person, and acceptance of other person is your victory, your victory. Then you are not reacting, you are accepting, and it's a victory. So anyhow, I said after Holy Communion, when you come for the Holy Communion, take Holy Communion and then again ask Lord, the Lord give me special grace so I may forgive and accept my husband or wife. So after Mass, people come for blessing, and then a couple came, and then they knelt down and they said, Bishop, can you bless us? So I said, okay. I asked, is there your wedding day or some special day? And there were tears in the eyes of man and also woman. So I said, what happened? Then first wife spoke and then husband, and then they said for last 2-3 months they were living separately, and it's just providence of God that both of them, they are in the same cathedral.
They happen to be there.
Happened to be there. Not planned, but happened to be there. And they said after listening the homily and the word of God, and then after communion, it just again happened. They looked at one another. Then husband approached wife, and they said, come, let us talk something. So then they asked pardon from one another. They accepted. Then, beautiful things they told me. I never thought, never heard before. They said they were last 3 months not living together. Separately they came, and united they went from the cathedral. It was very, very loving story, amazing story. And this is where miracles take place. Even now, miracle takes place. No? So beautiful. I still enjoy this thing. How God works.
How God works, no?
In our daily life.
And how God works in Pakistan.
In Pakistan, yes.
Your Excellency, thank you very much for having given us all of these stories of hope, especially in a time of difficulty, as we know. And I'd like to thank you for having been with us today in our program.
Thank you. May God bless you and all the team of ACN.
And thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for having been with us today in our program, Where God Weeps. And if you'd like to know more about the situation of Catholics in Pakistan, or perhaps how you might be able to help, I would encourage you to look at the contact information at the end of this program, and we look forward to seeing you next week. Take care.